Welcome to online lectures by CA Studies. For more lectures online, please do visit castudies.lk.
Hi everyone, welcome to CA Studies. This is Shazin, your lecturer for BL5. That is Audit, Business Process and Ethics. This is the very first subject that is related to audit that you are going to face in Chartered Accountancy. In business level 1, there is no audit subject. Once you completed the business level, second step, that is in the business level 2, you have to learn the audit subject. So today I am going to explain you what is the syllabus structure and what are the weightages available under this syllabus and how many chapters are there and also how many chapters are allocated to each weightages. Right, our subject is BL5, Audit, Business Process, Ethics. According to study pack released by Chartered Institute, there are 5 weightages. First one, Introduction to Corporate Governance, Risks and Control. Introduction to Corporate Governance, Risks and Control. Under this, there are 2 chapters. First one is Corporate Governance. Second one, Internal Control. Many students, not many students, even all the students do not have the idea about what is meant by the corporate governance, what is meant by the internal control. This is the very first subject that is you are going to learn about this corporate governance and the internal control system. And also, dear students, all of you should understand that is our exam will be based on the study pack released by the Chartered Institute, CA Sri Lanka, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Shortly we will say ICASL or CA Sri Lanka. So Chartered Institute tells your exam paper will be based on their study pack. So out of the study packs, there are no questions comes. If any questions comes out of the study pack mistakenly, so the marks will be granted you freely. So don't worry about that. Please study the study pack, you will be definitely pass, right? We also guided by our team to introduce you the study pack and how you have to start to study the study pack, familiar to read the study pack, right? Many students do not take the study pack and read, right? Take in the lecturer's tute, then study. After they facing the exam, they will understand my knowledge, that is your knowledge. My knowledge is okay to face our exam paper, right? Chartered Institute released the study pack. Exam will be based on the study pack. You studying the lecturer's tute and going to face the exam that is not based on the lecturer's tute, that is based on the study pack. So you have to study the study pack. I will be preparing the each and every presentation for each and every chapters, contents. But that presentation also I will be prepared based on study pack released by the Chartered Institute. That is, we know. That's how we have passed the subjects. We have studied the study pack and we passed the subject and we have qualified. That's how I need to guide you. That is a true. According to Chartered Institute structure, first weightage, that is Introduction to Corporate Governance, Risk and Control, gives 10 marks in your paper, dears. 10 marks. So, first chapter and second chapter gives 10 marks. So, each chapter has 5 marks, right? This is how you have to plan your studies. Right? So, by reading or understanding, by studying first chapter, you will score only 5 marks. That is, you should understand. Before you start the study, understand what is there in the studies. Right? I am always saying to my students, that is, if you take a batsman, think you are a batsman. When batsman go to the pitch, right, batsman will not strike the ball without understanding how many fielders there are. What is the position of the fielders? First you have to understand, that is, batsman has to understand what is the position of the fielders, how many slips there are. This is bowler is fast bowler, spinner bowler. Bowler is left hand bowler or right hand bowler. Based on ball's position, he will have to decide where I should hit. Should I hit over the circle or should I hit over the boundary? He will decide, right? So understand what is there before studying the study pack, right? If I take before studying, this is corporate governance, right? Studying the study pack means chapter by chapter you have to read. If I take the first chapter, if you start to study the first chapter, check how many contents there, how many pages there. Based on that plan. Then second weightage is business processes and internal controls. Second one. This gives 25 marks. First weightage is 10 marks, that is Introduction to Corporate Governance, Risk and Control. Second weightage is 25 marks, that is Business Processes, Internal Controls. Business process and internal controls. There are 6 business processes maximum, right? We will see deeply that. When I explain that chapter, I will explain what is business processes. Under this chapter, under this weightage, there are 6 chapters, 3 to 8. Chapter 3 to chapter 8, altogether 6 chapters. First one is sales management. If you want, please write. Second one is procurement cycle. There are 6 processes under this business processes. There are 6 processes in business. In any business, if you take any business, there are 6 processes definitely there. First one is order to receipt cycle. Second one is procurement to pay cycle. Order to receipt cycle means from the point of the customer order until we get the money from the customer. That is order to receipt cycle. Second one is procurement to pay cycle. Procurement to pay cycle means from the point of we order the goods until we pay for that goods. Right? That is business process. Second one. That is, if I simply say, that is purchase. Purchase of the goods. First one is sales of the goods. Second one is purchase of the goods. Third business process is cash management. Our cash transaction, cash inflows and cash outflows. Fourth one is payroll. How staff are managed. Staff salaries are managed. That is fourth one. Fifth one is non-current asset. Internal controls over non-current assets or business processes over the non-current asset. final one, that is sixth one, is inventory management. Taking the inventory to our company. So after that, how we have to manage the inventory. When manufacturing department requests, we have to send the inventory from the store to manufacturing department. There are processes there. That processes should be in correct order. Right? Then only we can identify the transactions and the events that will be needed to prepare the financial statements. I don't know, all of you have learned in financial accounting subject. Accountants say business. If this is business wants to identify profit or loss. To identify the profit or loss, right? Business has to identify profit or loss or financial position. Financial position. Business means activity making a profit. If activity making a profit, only owners are continue the business. If activity making the loss, then owners will rethink whether we will continue our business or we stop the business. For that is called performance measurement. Preparing the financial statement is one of the control activity. So this is the goal. We have to identify. This will be a goal. Goal is objective, right? Objective is we have to identify profit or loss and the financial position. How many cash available within the company? Now what are the current assets available? What are the non-current assets available? What is the liability? Then what is the net cash position? What is the net equity available? For that, we have to prepare the financial statements. Mainly we will prepare statement of profit or loss and the statement of financial position. Statement of profit or loss will give the profit or loss. Statement of financial position will give the what is the financial position of the company. To prepare the financial statements, we have to prepare the trial balance. To prepare the trial balance, general ledger has to be closed and put into the trial balance. To prepare the general ledger, we have to take information from the primary books and subsidiary books. Primary books and subsidiary books are filled by the transactions and events identified by the companies. Transactions and events. Transactions and events are identified from the business process. How many business processes there? Do you remember how many business processes there? I told there are 6 business processes. First one is order to receipt cycle. Order to receipt cycle or sales management, both are same meaning. Second one is procurement to pay cycle. Third one, cash management. Fourth one, inventory management. Fifth one, non-current asset management. Sixth one, payroll. For example, say one of the transaction incurring, that is sales. When sales incur, right, that can be identified as a transaction. Transactions and events, difference between transactions and the events is transaction is the value. Events does not have the value. It is actually not happen. For example, transaction means if customer come and purchase a goods from us, that is sales. Debit, cash and credit sales, that is transactions. Events means there are no transaction between companies and the external party. Example is depreciation. Depreciation is charged based on the company's policy in each and every month end or each and every year end. That is event. So if transactions of sales happen, sales is a transaction, then that is entered in the sales day book. Right? Sales day book. Then money, then sales day book amount will be transferred to the sales account. Here, general ledger means the T accounts. That is. From that, we prepare the trial balance. From the trial balance, we prepare the financial statement. So, business process is very important. It is preparing the financial statements will be based on the business process. Why auditor need to understand business process? Then second question you have that. You should know why we are learning. We are auditor. When you in a BL5, that is audit subject, think you are an auditor. Why we should learn the business process? Auditor is responsible to audit the financial statement. Financial statement prepared based on the transactions and the events identifying the business process. If business process involves weakness in their control or weakness in their procedures, then financial statements also do not have correct figures. So auditor should understand that. That's why you have learned test of controls, and the test of controls is on the business processes and the transaction and events identify and the substantive procedures. Substantive procedures we will make on the general ledger. So there are only two main audit procedures. First one is test of control. Test the controls. Don't in test of control. If I tell a technical word, there is test of control. What is meant by test of control? Right? We all are Sri Lankans. We have definitely have the difficulties in understanding the English words. Test of control means controls are tested. We testing the controls within the business. Substantive procedures means we carry out the checking process to the general ledger through over the numbers. Checking the numbers. Here not checking the control process. Checking the numbers. Here checking the control. Checking the number is easy. So number is there, we can aggregate and calculate the sum. But checking the test of control, checking the control is not easy. Right? We have to understand the nature of the business first. Right? So this is why we are studying the business processes. Right? So there are 6 chapters we have to study under business process and internal controls. Right? Then, so there are 6 chapters. Each chapter gives how many marks? One chapter gives, divide 625 by 6. 4.66 marks. Third weightage is digitalization and business process. Only one chapter, that is chapter number 9. Only one chapter gives 25 marks. See, this is 10 marks. The effectiveness of controls and digitalization. Digitalization, very important word you have to understand. Why Chartered Institute is introduced the digitalization in each and every subject. Some subject in the Chartered Accountancy have this digitalization chapter, because we are working as an auditor or accountant in companies or audit firms. But we have to understand what is the dynamic environment that is related to IT, information technology. Each and every year, not each and every year, each and every minute, right? Technology are changing. Importantly, information technologies are changing. Now, no one is preparing the balance sheet or financial statements in the CR book. Before 20-25 years, there are CR books, there are ledgers, we are writing in a paper. Now we are using the Excel sheet, spreadsheet. Now that is also gone advanced. We are using the ERP system. We don't need to pass the double entry. We just post the entry, it's automatically pass the double entry. We don't need to balance the trial balance. It's automatically tally. Right? If not tally, it says, system says it is not tally, don't post this. Or tally, just check it. We can recheck and post. Whenever the transactions and events are identified in the accounts, automatically it's debit and credit side tally. That's why we need the information technology. Each and every minute information technologies are changing. That's why we need Chartered Institute knows what knowledge should that business level 2 students should have. You can understand if you read the CA curriculum. CA curriculum released in 2020, you can understand by reading that. I have already explained a video, so in that also you can understand. If you can find the videos in YouTube, go to the YouTube and find the video, you will definitely understand how you have to read the CA Sri Lanka curriculum, right? Okay, then this is 10 marks. Then fourth weightage is ethics and value. Under the ethics and value, there are two chapters, 10 and 11. 10 is introduction to assurance engagement. 11 ethics and agreeing the terms of the engagement. Ethics and value gives 15 marks. Under that there are two chapters, so one chapter gives 7.5 marks, right? We will see what is meant by the ethics, what is meant by the value, and what is meant by the assurance engagement. When I go with that chapter, I will explain that. If I explain now, you will be confused, but I will explain after explain this also, what is meant by the ethics, right? For the while, keep that. Fifth weightage is fundamentals of audit and assurance. Under that there are 4 chapters. This is 40 marks. There are 4 chapters from 12 to 15. First one is risk assessment. 12th is risk assessment. 13 is audit planning and documentation. 14 audit evidence and audit procedures. Audit evidence and audit procedures. Do you remember how many audit procedures there are? Basically there are mainly two audit procedures: test of controls, then substantive procedures. Under the test of control there are 1000 number of audit procedures. Under the substantive procedures also there are 1000 number of audit procedures, but each and every line items showing in the balance sheet are the different audit procedures. But dear students, don't now itself try to buy out the audit procedures. I will explain how you can keep these audit procedures in your mind easily. And also this subject is very new subject for you. You haven't studied audit, business process, ethics in your advanced level. Even though commerce students also do not know about auditing, business process and ethics. Right? Chartered Institute allow not only commerce student to start the chartered accountancy. Any students who have completed the advanced level, any stream students who have completed the advanced level with the simple pass in their results, advanced level subject without the failing. If that they are, Chartered Institute allow that student to enroll to the chartered accountancy. Therefore, even though commerce students, biological students or mathematical students, definitely this is very new subject. Therefore, mech students or biological students, if they are, please don't think this is difficult because I have not studied the accounting in advanced level. Not only you, commerce students also have not studied. Therefore, forget about that. I will be explaining everything from the 0 point. Right? That's our responsibility. I will be explaining. After I explain, you will definitely understand how we have to study chartered accountancy by understanding the meanings, not to buy out in the meanings. Right? 15th is fundamentals of audit and assurance. Fundamental of audit and assurance. This is our syllabus structure. Then one by one, when I go with these chapters, I will be explaining. Don't worry, at the moment keep this in your mind and keep priority to the subjects, chapters based on the priority, based on the marks allocated. For example, say here I told 2 chapters giving 10 marks. So one chapter giving 5 marks. Here digitalization, one chapter giving 10 marks, one weightage giving 10 marks. In that weightage only one chapter there. So one chapter giving 10 marks. By studying this you will get the 10 marks, only one chapter. By studying first chapter you will get only 5 marks. So which one should be given priority? That is understand. That is you should understand. So study first this. You decide. Videos are available. We are uploading the videos for each and every chapters. Right? You can understand. You should decide which chapter I should study first. Here, last weightage, each chapter give me 10 marks. But chapter wise marks are not given by the Chartered Institute. Don't take this is incorrectly, right? I have never say Chartered Institute provide the 5 marks to first chapter. Chartered Institute provide the 10 marks of first weightage. Under that weightage, Chartered Institute provided 2 chapters. First chapter, if say first chapter questions come under the exam paper 2, then second chapter coming 8. Somehow Chartered Institute manage and tally with these marks by testing questions based on the weightage, not the based on the chapter. This is given by me, not the Chartered Institute. I am predicting. That is because 2 chapters giving 10 marks means 1 chapter giving 5 marks. That is prediction. That is easiest prediction, right? Here audit part. This is the audit part. This is understanding the corporate governance, risk and controls. This is not the auditor's responsibility, right? This is, you have to think you are a CEO of a company or accountant of a company or managing director of a company. Then business process, this is also, you also think about you are a CEO and managing director or accountant. Digitalization and the business process, this is also same thing, right? You should be CEO or accountant or managing director. The ethics in this chapter is related to auditor. This chapter also related to auditor. So audit subject, $55 marks. 55 marks from auditing. Here BL5 subject is not only the auditing, right? Audit, business process and ethics. So auditor is related to 4th and 5th. 1, 2, 3. That is 45 marks. 45 marks is not coming from auditing. Understanding the business. To understand the business, you have to think you are a CEO. Right? You are an employer, not the auditor. I believe all of you know what is the auditor's role, right? I have a responsibility to explain. For example, I am just giving a small idea. When I go to the audit subject or governance, I will explain this. For example, say company is there. Company is run by the board of directors. Board of directors are appointed by the shareholders. Shareholders are owners of the company. Shareholders invested money in this company. Then they want to know whether board of directors are correctly using that money. Board of directors are managers of the companies. Run the business, invest the business. Board of directors runs the business, shareholder invest in the business. Shareholder want to know whether this company profit or loss and the financial position are good or not. For that, board of directors will provide the shareholders. Board of directors will provide the shareholders financial statements. So financial statement are the figures, numbers. That numbers should be correct, at least true and fair value. So shareholder want to check these figures are correct or not. Therefore, auditor is independent. Auditor is not invest the money in company. Therefore, auditors are not owner. Auditors will not run the business, will not manage the business. Therefore, auditors are not managers. Then who is auditor? Auditor doesn't have the interest in this company, right? Then auditor is the agent appointed by the shareholder to check the financial statements. So auditor's responsibility is giving the opinion on the financial statement. Therefore, auditor is appointed by the shareholder. Auditor will come and check the financial statement figures are correct or not and giving the opinion. Auditor will say this is true and fair value or not true and fair value, or tells we cannot provide the opinion. Only 3 opinions there, right? So this now you have a simple idea. small idea what is meant by the auditor. When I go with this chapter by chapter, I will explain. Don't worry. If it is not clear, please watch this video again. I'll meet you in first chapter. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned with castudies.lk for more lectures online.